Hey, very good morning. Welcome back. 10 to 8. We're live across the United Kingdom. This is Talks, the home of common sense and alarm clock Brits, and it's now the home of the Jeremy Kyle Breakfast Show's roving reporter, Samara Gill, in red today.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm great. I mean, gosh, yesterday was a real eye-opener, actually.
Well, there's two parts to this, right? And after 9, it's extraordinary. She managed to find more migrants in her first trip out of this studio than Starmer's found in about 18 months. But firstly, yesterday, he went down to the Iranian embassy, where anybody with a brain cell is saying, look, this is a chance for Iran to free itself from this revolting campaign that shoots its own people in the back if they dare to disagree, right?
Absolutely. I was down there, obviously. Farage was also down there with the new recruit, Nadeem Zahawi. So it was a really interesting atmosphere. But there was a common thread, which was actually a hatred for Keir Starmer. That was what was most...
Should have been there.
That came through. Everyone hates him over there.
Seriously?
Yes, and Trump is the strong man who is saving them from this terrible Islamic regime. Now, the thing is, Starmer still hasn't prescribed the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, who are the people going out and killing over 600 people on the street, as a terrorist organisation.
Can I just slow you down? The Americans have. Do we know why we haven't? What is that? Is that just another Starmer? I don't want to offend the Iranian Revolutionary Guard that shoot people in the back.
Well, precisely. It's another. We'll look into it. Human rights laws,
She's
different
doing it now.
papers. Yeah, I know. I'm like, I cannot. I do the worst impression. But the thing is, he always wants to stay on the fence with this sort of thing. I mean, we're talking about the Ayatollah here. We're not talking about, you know, some very lily-white leader over in Iran. This is someone who wakes up and says death to the West every single day, and he refuses to acknowledge the threat that it is to Britain. I mean, we can care as much as we want about Iran, but I care about what effect that regime is having on our dear country here. And it looks like the soft touch is leading to some really terrible things out on the streets, and things also getting by. I mean, we've got massive issues with the actual IRGC operating here in Britain. So that's that Islamic wing. I mean, we know that actually they were sending asylum seekers on boats from Iran in order to create issues. Just last year, we had a terrorist attack that was planned on the Israeli embassy. It was foiled, thank goodness. But that was Iranian terrorists that were sent here on boats and living in accommodation. So this regime is actively seeking to destroy the West, and Starmer clearly doesn't want to do anything about it, Jeremy.
You got some footage for me when you arrived, have you?
I have. Should we take a look?
I think we should. This is Samara Gill with her brand new cameraman, Joe. Have a look. Have a listen.
Standing here outside the Iranian embassy where freedom is being fought at the moment.
Murder that this regime has done in Iran has just been shocking. You know, they've literally hung children from cranes, unjust judges. It's been a regime of terror. I really believe Trump's going to deal with this, and we won't see this flag flying again, and these diplomats will be out. And frankly, we just need to evict this evil regime from this soil.
Keir Starmer, our own Prime Minister here, still hasn't prescribed even the Islamic Revolutionary Guard as a terrorist organisation. What do you say to that?
Keir Starmer really has been shameful with Albanese and with the French Prime Minister. Just shameful. Every man should be ashamed. In 5 years' time, when we look back at this, every man that isn't doing something should feel deep shame. But what we really need is a really accurate definition of radical Islam, and because our laws already stand, it's completely illegal to believe what these people believe. But we don't identify people, we wait for some terror incident. And what we should be doing is proactively identifying the radical Islamists before it happens. What we need in this country is a Home Office to man up and do its job, get these definitions out there and actually fix the problem.
Terrible price being paid by many innocent people in every Iranian city right now. But you've got to believe that this is the moment.
This could possibly be the last 12 hours of the current Iranian regime. I'm here with Ben. He's from Iran. Ben, what brings you here today, and how do you feel about this potentially being the last couple of hours of a tyrannical regime?
I believe this is the last day. Definitely we're going to win tomorrow. And King Donald Trump has announced that he will support us and doesn't let them to kill us anymore. So which we're gonna win definitely. Every organization, every system needs a leader. Why not we choose a leader? Why we don't choose someone like a King Donald Trump as a leader of the world?
What would you say to Keir Starmer right now? I mean, he's refusing to acknowledge the Iranian Revolutionary Guard as a terrorist organization.
Well, I would say just stop negotiating with this regime. It's a terrorist regime. He should really stop negotiating with the Iranian government because they don't represent the actual people.
Keir Starmer has been politically correct. We are done with that. 46 years politically correct is over. What Donald Trump is doing, getting rid of that and taking the action, that's what we need.
See, nobody else is doing this at breakfast. That's brilliant because we find out exactly what people on the street are thinking. This, you know, I said it yesterday and I think it's really important. Whether you love Trump or not, the Iranian mullahs, the mad mullahs, have financed every single terrorist organisation in the Middle East for years. They are a vile and despicable organisation. And one sort of hopes that the power of the people wins this, but it's just a situation that we're keeping on. You were touched a lot by how strong the feeling was that this is the beginning of the end.
I mean, I really hope so, because as you say, I mean, Iran is at the root cause of a lot of the issues that we're dealing with here in Britain with Islamic extremism. And they have been importing, they've been training people and then sending them off into the West to destroy us. So I do hope that there is a new day on the horizon for Iran, and that only with Trump's support were they able to do this. So if Trump makes that move within the next 24 hours and decides to actually save the West from this evil cancer, then hopefully we will have some resolve. But
still our own Prime Minister won't do anything.
I mean, this just shows, though, I mean, this is a more sort of macro way of showing how we are not on the world stage at all. We are not involved. We are no longer relevant.
No relevance at all anymore, which is frightening. Later on, this is even better, after 9 o'clock, do not go anywhere. Samara meets 2 Iranian migrants, one smuggled into Britain by lorry, the other arrived at a small boat. They're now living in an asylum hotel. They're out demonstrating, and you said to one, the police are after you, and he said yes, but no sign of the police then.
Oh, well, I've got a story about that I'll tell you guys after 9 o'clock.
Listen, do whatever you're doing, come back after 9. So much to talk about. Samara goes off to, probably off to have a nice breakfast. Have you got a breakfast club? We've got a breakfast club. Have you been given breakfast?
We've got a breakfast club? I wasn't aware of this.
Mark wants breakfast.
No one's letting me in on the facts.
Mate, we eat nothing. Look, I've got a banana and a dodgy biscuit for gluten weirdos like me.
Showbiz.
Pardon?
Showbiz.
It isn't really, is it, showbiz? In the next hour, Paul Harris will start. He's the editor of the Jewish Telegraph. That story that is doing the rounds this morning. A Jewish MP, a Labour MP, Damien Egan, Labour MP for Bristol North East, wanted to go to the Bristol Brunel Academy in September and talk. He was banned because the Palestine Solidarity Campaign, they said no. So Labour bowed down. Steve Reed, the Environment Secretary, told this story, and yet Labour does nothing to distance itself from increasingly the feeling amongst people, right? And it doesn't go away. That they are anti-Semitic. There's a great moment. We'll start with him. We've got loads lined up. 0344 499 1000.